In
It's gonna be a mellow win.
Right.
Yo, we're live. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to About the Night. We had a little bit of some traffic delays on I-5, so when you're coming up I-5, expect a 2-hour delay, at least. It's crazy right now. Well, once again, we thank you guys for tuning in and hanging in there with us. You're rocking with the best crew with us. You know, we got the squad, Tony, Rob, Warren, Winton. We here. We ready to see what's up. So, you know, we're going to get this thing started how we normally do. How's y'all weekend, man? Because, you know, something always goes down every weekend. What happened? Let's start with you, Rob, man. How was your weekend?
Smooth night.
Smooth?
No issues, man. Had an artist come through. Really picked up the spot. You know, a little bit coming back from, went down a few weeks back. So
yeah, you mentioned
good.
You mentioned this Cinco de Mayo weekend may bring some people back. So
hopefully it's on a good trajectory.
Right.
You know, so hopefully that continues. But easy night, man.
Who'd you guys have come through?
Oh, D Smoke.
D Smoke.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
He performed at Soul Bloom.
Yeah, he went up. He was over there. You know, Soul Bloom was in town. You know, so there was a lot of artists that came through and went to different spots. You know, after, and he came through and blessed the venue, man.
That's what's up.
For those who don't know what Soul Bloom is, it's a bootleg.
They know what Soul Bloom
cheaper
is.
Version of Coachella in the Northern California part. Nice little outdoor festival. I definitely heard it from my house when I was at home. It's that close. So cool little weekend though. What happened with you, Warren?
Man, it was a smooth weekend. Regular business as usual. Got robbed of a smooth handshake.
Smooth.
Explain that. Please explain that.
They might have to go on the phone booth.
Man,
we talked about that.
Truly, yeah. Once you guys hear the number, real quick. So we had a party about like 8 come through, and about 3 of them had hoodies on. Like I think one of them had Forces or J's on, one or the other, and the owner of the venue that I'm at approached the party, was talking to the party, pretty much telling them like, you ain't getting in. You know, you guys got a dress code, go home, change, we'll let you back in or whatever. And so the owner of the venue, he stepped back. I'm not even paying attention to it because I seen him come up. I was like, all right, he's handling it, whatever. So I kind of backpedaled to where they were at. They were like towards the VIP side. And then the guy grabs my arm. He was just like, man, how much to get in here? And I'm just like, dude, it's out of my hands. He's like, man, I'll put $1,000 in your pocket. Get me in. Do what it takes to get me in.
Nigga, that ain't a smooth handshake,
Man.
nigga. That motherfucking handshake had butter on it.
Man.
This nigga was like, nigga, was good, nigga.
You said for 8?
It's about 8.
A stack for 8?
He said he's gonna let it. He said he'll put a band in my pocket before we get him in. And so
Run it.
you already know.
Run it.
You already know. So when he said that, I just turned my head and I was just like, man. And he grabbed me again. He's like, did you hear me? I was like, man, I heard you. I was like, I love to take the money, but it's out of my hands. I gotta see if it's good or not.
Oh, he
And
is you with
so-
the juvenile. You heard me?
You heard me, boy?
You know,
You heard
real
me?
talk.
I was like, my nigga, I heard you.
So I dapped him up. I was like, man, I'll work with you. Go to the head of security. I was like, hey, man, you know what happened before? If y'all watch the podcast, previous podcasts, is when I got that one group to drop, I think it was like 1.3 to get in.
1,300.
1,300 to get in. So walked up to head of security. I'm like, bro, he said he'll do one stack, 1K. He was like, are you serious? I'm like, dude is serious. He's not bullshitting. So he's like, all right, let me go holler at the owner. So he went and hollered at him. Owner's like, nah, it's not going down. And so
Was it a packed night?
it was decently packed. It was
But you could allow 8 people to come through.
We was nothing close to capacity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was starting to build. And so me and head of security, we started talking, and he's just like, man, he's not gonna let him in. And so dude grabs my arm again. He's like, come here, man. He's like, I'll put $1,000 in your pocket. He was just like, get me in. And I'm just like, man, I'm trying, bro. I was like, it's just out of my hands. You know, I was like, the dude that you guys talk to, that's the man that got to approve it. And he was just like, well, talk to whoever you got to talk to. He's like, I'm telling you, like, if you don't do it, I'm going to the next spot. And I'm just like, man, like, we about to let a band walk away? Went back up to the head of security. We both went up to the owner. Wasn't having it. He just wasn't having it. Dude was not having it at all.
Access denied.
What was it? The reason was just dress code?
I mean, since the tragedy we had here in Sacramento, it's just everything's been buttoned down.
By playing,
So
you can't knock him for that.
right. So I mean,
At all.
I sympathize with him, but then again, I mean,
Nah, I don't.
you gotta you gotta look at who you're denying, and then there's give and take. You know what I mean? Like,
So they obviously they weren't regulars. This isn't
No,
somebody that comes
no.
through off.
Could you have my main thing is especially because he used that excuse of what's been happening in Sac. I'd have look, me and you will pat them down together. I'll make sure they get inside. Like he wasn't taking nothing.
I mean, the guy told the owner, he's like, look, I'm gonna put a band in their pocket, and I'm gonna go in here and spend more money than anybody in here. Just plain and simple.
But if somebody spends a whole band just to get in, they're gonna break bread when they get
Right.
inside.
Right.
That's just not
Right. He's like, we gonna come in there and we gonna spend money.
Access denied.
He wasn't going for it, and so head of security, I mean, he was just like plain and simple. Like, man, I speak for all the security here. Like, if we ain't making money at the door, like I'm putting in my 2 weeks and we all bouncing. You know what I mean? And I mean, he ain't lying. You know what I mean? Like,
We don't do it. Yeah, that's people got to understand. Like when we doing this job, because it's funny, we get people that tell us, "Hey, you only make this much an hour." Like, bro, we don't do it for the hourly. We're not risking our lives for the hourly. We talk about that smooth handshake is
Right.
for a bigger purpose and the reason why we're there in the first place. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So he had words with the owner, and I mean, nothing was accomplished. Owner still wasn't budging, and so ultimately, the dude grabbed me. He's like, "It's a no go." I was like, "Unfortunately, man, I can't do nothing about it. It's out of my hands."
Man.
And then he was just like, "All right, man." He was just like, he dapped me up. He's like, "I know it ain't you." He's like, "I know you would have took it." I was like, "Bruh, say less." I was like, "You'd have been upstairs already."
Would have took it. Like I was already counting what I was gonna spend with it.
Nigga,
Right.
I'd have ran up with the menu. What do you want?
Yeah.
Two
Right.
bottles. You get this one.
A full rack.
It's that's a tough one, man. Because at the same time in this, in that situation, obviously you want to make bread. Even the head of security, you want to make bread. Everybody want to make bread. But I can understand, just playing devil's advocate. I can understand from the owner's perspective. They under a lot of pressure,
Correct.
because they got to maintain and make sure that it's safe, not just safe realistically, but also to the fact that the people that's coming in, they may be hesitant of going out based on what's been going on. They got to create that whole environment and a consistent environment that is safe.
Right.
So you can't, you got to, you look at it from all angles, and that's, man, what sucks is that situation is still having those reverberating effects,
Yeah.
based on that. So that's a hard one, but yeah, man, that
It's tough because I feel like
I can't lie.
Yeah, it's
You
tough.
say
That's-
1,000, man. I'm gonna
yeah.
make some.
Yeah, for 8 people, bro,
Yeah.
that's silky
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Yeah.
like this situation is just coming too frequent. Like a lot of dudes are coming up and just like, man, I'll drop this much. Like it's nothing. And I mean, these dudes got the money. They come up, you see it, like they pull it out. And I'm just like, man, let's run it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
y'all want to spend, let's run it. You know
Right.
what I mean? Plain and simple. But
Like, if you don't really want them in there that bad, how about you let us get this smooth handshake and come up with a reason to kick him out in like 10
Right.
minutes, bro? Like,
Right.
what's the problem?
And I mean,
Whoa, what?
all right, maybe give him 20 minutes and then find a reason to kick him out.
Hey, that causes more
Damn.
problems. Someone pays $1,000. We've caught in so many situations where
That's
someone
a-
pays that much money, we kick them out. Oh, it's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's,
Bro,
it's-
that's a
we talk
shady
about, like,
handshake
it is.
right
You're
there.
very true.
Witness.
You're very true. You're very right.
Damn, you
But
fucked up.
in the aspect of, us getting in, if we say that to the management, like, look, man, if they do something wrong in 10 minutes, we'll kick them out anyway. In that aspect, you got your smooth handshake, and then they go up there and be a decent citizen, you really gonna kick them out?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. More likely than not, just anyone coming in to spin a band to get through the door,
They're not going to be. Yeah.
they're not messing with shit.
Right. So what the problem
More,
is?
like 9 times out of 10.
We ate, and we feel like the management felt like we were ready to kick him out because you didn't want him here in the first place. Well, now
There's some.
we
There's some that you got to turn away. Like me and Tony, we'll talk about it till this thing is over. About the the whole party bus wanting to come through, and it's like that one I can understand. Even though that was hard, that's just way too many that's way too many people.
Right.
Yeah,
And it's the crowd of ain't nobody in dress code. Like I'm talking about, like nobody.
Yeah.
Like you almost look like y'all were.
And then they yell, "We gonna fuck this place up." Oh,
come on now. Like we can't. Like that's an easier one to deal with and turn away.
Yeah.
Than your situation.
Yeah, my situation. I mean, it was just the hoodies, but if you look at the group, you'd be like, they ain't gonna cause no problems. I mean, like the dude that was grabbing me was like, he was suited and booty. He had a nice suit on, like dress shoes. Like he was a solid dude. You know what I mean? Clean cut. And I mean, he wasn't causing no problems or nothing. He was just like, man, get a scene. You know what I mean? And I'll give you this much to get a scene.
Man,
you know what I mean? So it was like,
that's crazy.
Like I get it from the standpoint where you pick and choose. You'll be like,
come on, man, y'all gotta let John Wick in through the door,
man. Well, we had some similar situations happen over the weekend. We're talking about some high level celebrities that weren't even able to get into the club. Even with the smooth handshake or not, you know. So I remember seeing this article, Tony, if you can pull up that little TMZ article where it shows like major actors like Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, celebrities, man.
Celebrities that were being denied
Hollywood's
entrance
finest.
to getting into the club.
Shit's crazy.
Now, before you play this video, my question about that really comes down to this high celebrity. There's multiple. I mean, but Michael B. Jordan, don't get me wrong, I love Creed. So I like that nigga just because of Creed alone. You know, Creed 1 and 2. I fucks with it. But you ain't letting Michael B. in? Michael B. Jordan.
They ain't let Killmonger in, man.
That don't make no sense to me. So my question is you know, I'm a celebrity and I should just be able to walk up to the club just on my name and my appearance itself. Do you feel like these celebrities need to or forget about providing that smooth handshake just to making sure that they get into that venue? And would that have changed? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and cue up the video so you guys can understand a little bit more what I'm talking about when it comes to a bunch of people getting denied. I mean, because it sounds similar to what you just what happened to you this weekend. Come up, pay $1,000, and you still can't get in.
And that dude, damn sure wasn't Michael B. Jordan,
right?
Not even close,
right? They had Von Miller couldn't get in.
Right.
Michael B. Jordan go up to the door.
Nope.
Denied.
That's tough.
He walks away like he walked off professionally though, right?
Well, he ain't making no big deal.
didn't make
It ain't
no
no
scene.
issue.
I wonder why they denying him though.
But you know, also like TMZ be always trying to make fun of people and trying to make it seem like, oh, you Michael B. Jordan, you couldn't get in, ha ha. Like they try to do that bullshit.
So he goes back as if he's getting ready to come in. He's like, bro, this Michael B. Jordan. You had him walk away, and then they send it back a second time. Wow.
What's that club? Boa? Where is that?
He said he in L.A.
What is that club sin?
If you watch
that club?
Diddy,
Boa.
Diddy right
BOA.
there, yeah, Diddy.
Okay.
What's
What's going on, man?
Oh, Diddy
Denied a third time.
Like Diddy,
He did
bro,
it
do you-
third time. Did he come back a third
Diddy
time?
like, man, what the fuck y'all doing?
Do you think the guard didn't know who he was?
He went running. after
It's
him.
hard to say.
The owner's in trouble. They
But now that
took off.
security guard
They just
laughing
left.
as if
They're
like
in
you
the car.
know, what the access denied. Maybe if Michael came with that smooth honey to the
He talking to
handshake.
somebody.
Yeah.
Either the owner or something like that.
Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore could. I mean, come on. Drew Barrymore, the hat alone. Mommy, come on. I know you trying to hide, but goddamn it, you don't look like no Drew Barrymore. You look like Drew Carey wearing a wig.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't letting her in.
Yeah.
Bro, she with hella kids. Oh, they must have been in the restaurant.
Hell, a kid.
No.
Like, how you trying to get the kids in the club? That's not a nightclub. That can't be a no nightclub. It was like little kids.
That is
Yeah,
little
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
That is wow.
Oh yeah, that's not no nightclub. That's got to be a restaurant.
She tripping. Look, she's
Oh,
trying
wait,
to
did
get
she
in
really
otherwise.
just walk in through the regular line like?
She about to get denied. That shit gonna be hella funny.
I didn't see that. I don't know what that
Oh,
is.
okay. So they wasn't gonna let her come in through the side.
Who is this bitch? Chanel West Coast.
She's like the girl in Ridiculousness.
Ridiculousness.
The blonde one?
The
Yeah.
one that last
No,
one.
she looked.
Fear Factor. What's
I
that factor?
swear, bro. That's
That's
me.
the same one.
No, that's you know who that is.
They threw a
right?
dodgeball in her face twice.
Yeah, that one.
Man,
Oh my God! Please say less. Please
No.
say less. Now I'm pissed. Yeah.
you know who that is, right?
Who?
Right. You know Minkus from Boy Meets World. That's reincarnated right there. That's Minkus, my nigga. That's Minkus. That's Minkus.
Oh, here goes that loudness that
Hey,
you was talking about right here last week, right? Being loud.
This happens every night.
Oh yeah, this ain't nothing new. This is just a different tax bracket talking.
What's she saying?
Bring that ass to the phone booth, Chanel. Bring that ass to the phone
Seven
booth.
hot girls for way too long, way too poppin' and fucking way to get it poppy. It's more poppin' in my house, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. With
Right
your
there.
fucking guy.
What's going on,
Get that shit all the time.
Fucking bitch.
You mad? You mad? Ah, you mad, Chanel? You mad?
Fuck you, security. You'll never be more than security. We got bitch.
She going there.
She
right?
going in that also.
Tell me this ain't every night though.
Bro, this embodies so many people the way she's acting. Like if y'all listening, don't do this. And it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what your wallet look like. You can all act stupid like what she's doing right now. No matter how much money you making, you can be as rich as her, or be as popular as her, or whatever, or be just somebody, you know what I mean, that work at AM/PM, cutting up. Don't be stupid like this.
Exactly.
I just want food.
Now you ain't gonna be acting and acting up. So look, here is the simplest question. Do you feel like celebrities feel that they're above the smooth handshake?
That's a tough question.
Are
I
they?
mean, if you're asking if do they feel that way, I mean, the industry creates that reality.
Okay.
They're on TV. They're in the public eye often, and they get paid to do that. So they provide an entertainment. So the fact when they pull up to some venue like that, like it's almost like, hey man, like come on.
It's
They don't.
me.
Sometimes they give you this look like, do I gotta say it?
Right.
Like this, you know, like Michael B. Like especially like Michael B. Jordan,
Right. He's known.
or you know, somebody that's really known like that, like a Denzel Washington or somebody. I'm not saying like Denzel's in the club, but somebody just easily recognizable, somebody that you know who that is. Almost everybody knows. Your grandma know who it is. And those people, it's like it comes with that. And in that situation, like he wasn't giving no attitude or nothing like that, because
True.
it's variables with the thing, because there's some people like she rolled up there acting hella entitled with an attitude or whatever. She got turned away. She ain't like this. She got turned away. She started attacking the security guard based on him doing security. So it's like it always turns into that. So you have these. That right there was a perfect representation. You had two people get turned away. One person got turned away twice.
Right.
And he didn't even blink an eye.
Right.
It wasn't an issue to him
Right.
because he's secure within himself. She obviously is not secure with herself because she got turned away, and it made her look bad. Because you got somebody in that line that probably only make $20,000 a year, but they getting in, but your ass ain't.
Right.
Right.
So that's fucking with you, and
Right.
TMZ filming you on top of that making it worse.
Right.
So now you want to put on a show and try to save face, like. But there's always different circumstances that come with these type of things, and I think with celebrities, this only happens in the most popping spots. So you're talking about L.A., Miami, New York, maybe
yeah.
a spot
No,
in
we just-
Texas or something
I mean-
like that. If Michael B. Jordan roll up to fucking out here to Sac, he getting in every spot.
Yeah,
There ain't no question.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean,
So-
you said that it only happens in a specific. I would say it happens every night in multiple areas where people tell us that. In terms of us being security, people love to say. I think it's the funniest thing when they go, "Yeah, $18 an hour." It's like, damn, how do you know it was $18 an hour? This motherfucker. But look, we don't get offended by that. Like it's really like, look, don't. And the only reason why I'm saying this is like, don't come up to us and say that in the first place. Like, don't come up and be like, oh, this and that, you do this and that. Like, everybody's doing their job. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right,
It's not
right.
like there's no judgment here. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
I feel
like,
what you're saying.
and you worked multiple jobs, right?
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. You've done.
No, we talked about that briefly last week as well. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, them coming up with something to say because they don't have nothing to say when
Right.
they're feeling humiliated in that certain situation. I look at it like this. This tape clearly showed Michael B. Jordan holding his composure 2 times and getting rejected, and was still nice enough. He had words when he walked away, but it wasn't like Chanel West Coast where it was directing it towards that specific person, right? But then the third time, they were willing to run after him and get him. Why? Why were they willing to go get Michael B. Jordan over fighting for Chanel West Coast? Those are some moments where people need to start taking notice.
And the composure.
Yeah, exactly. He
That's
held
his
composure.
His attitude.
His attitude.
I mean, that's
alone.
number one. I mean, I think that definitely, because I don't think no one would have been running after him if he was cutting up. Maybe
Right.
like Chanel. Obviously, that's not even his character or something he would probably even be doing.
Right.
What she's doing is pretty much the same level what she does on ridiculousness and
Right.
everything else that she's in, because she gets made fun of pretty often. She's the butt of jokes for a lot of shit.
Her dolphin laugh.
So it, you know what I mean. So it's everything. This nigga.
It's a fucking dolphin laugh. I swear to God, sound like a fucking dolphin.
I ain't know dolphins could laugh like that. All right,
I can't even do it, bro.
that's like.
Well, Diddy had a lot to do with that too. Why they went after him?
Regardless of the
Because,
fact.
No, Diddy said, "Do you know who
Yeah.
just turned away?"
Correct.
That possibly could have been like they didn't know who they was talking to.
To me, it looks like they didn't know who he was. You know what I mean? And I mean,
But
How
if
the
that's the
fuck?
case, they didn't know who a lot of people were. I saw Von Miller turned away. I can understand Von Miller does look like a normal, typical black guy. If you want to be stereotypical, don't
NFL's
understand the
hard.
differences, right?
NFL's definitely hard,
Right.
just because you wearing a face mask.
Birdman is that should not be hard. Ain't nobody got tattoos on their face like that. Birdman fly in any
Yeah.
weather. Well, obviously not that night when he got denied.
Not
But,
lately, but
you know what I mean? But Birdman, he got denied. You know what I
my
mean?
only thing is like,
And what's crazy too, he didn't cut up either. And the one I saw, he didn't cut up.
we'll see a lot of them though. Like they want to come in and not be wanted down. You know what I mean? They want to get in with what they got on them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the venue might not support that.
right.
You know what I mean? So they might walk up to security and be like, "Hey, like I'm trying to get in with this, and that." Like,
And something else that people don't understand either is like when you're seeing stuff like that, understand that like we have walkies on. Sometimes people don't understand we have an earpiece, and like constantly, I don't know, it's actually different at different venues, but like you will constantly hear like traffic of like the manager or the owner telling you, "Hey, nobody else, and somebody else gets in, you can just put up your walkie and go home." Like we just got told that. Now you're like, "Man, this dude's a punk. He ain't letting me in." Like, you don't even know what's being told in my ear right now, bro. Like, don't even come at me like that. Like,
Right.
people need to understand we getting told so many things in their ear. So if you think I'm ignoring you, or if I'm looking a different direction, or I'm being stuck up, no, someone's trying to tell me something in my ear. That's all it is. Like, just y'all need to understand. That's it.
Sometimes I be ignoring motherfuckers. That's my shit. Especially you loud as fuck like her.
yeah, when you
Oh,
acting like
I would
that,
I would
yeah.
about face the other direction and act like you wasn't even there. Yeah, I love doing that shit. That shit makes me laugh.
I'd
So the
have goosed
security
up
guard
too.
actually was loving it. It looked like he was like waving to her from the outside.
played it
like
on,
he was
but I
fucking
mean-
playing with it.
But at the end of the day, once she takes it to that level,
I'd about hit you with
know,
a dodgeball
it
right
doesn't-
now.
She's the fool. She looks like the fool.
Right. The video shows that almost everybody else kind of moved on.
Right.
You know about it.
Ditched.
Didn't make it a big issue or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
Little Pump didn't say anything.
But I think
It wasn't Little Pump, bro. Don't even start that shit. That shit.
You're a racist, Tony.
She said you're right.
You're a racist.
Yeah, according to
Shit.
Chanel West Coast.
Get out of here.
But
Is she really hermaphrodite? What is that true?
I never heard that.
Too far.
I've heard that. No, I've
that's
heard
a-
that.
Tony,
I've heard
Tony,
that. My
you
bad.
gotta say hot take when you say shit like that. You gotta say hot take.
I heard that. There. Okay.
But this is what I want to know, because you said it earlier. If Michael B. Jordan, Von Miller, Birdman, who fly in any weather, I'm sorry, I had to just real quick. If they
Best
come in-
ringtone on the old school phones on
Oh,
the Nokia,
facts.
bro.
Facts.
Best ringtone, by the way. But go
Wow,
ahead.
that's true. Wow.
Still fly.
Right.
Still the best
Still fly.
That shit
ringtone.
was lit.
Don't give a
Nokia
shit.
797. Shit, that was a model number.
You said if they were out here in Sacramento, it wouldn't be questioned. You know, like they're coming in regardless because we feel like they're going to bring an environment or an atmosphere that's going to make this club or venue popular, special, right? So with them getting denied, I want to know why. Why would you deny Michael B. Jordan? Why would you deny a Chanel West Coast, Birdman, Von Miller? I want to know, what was it that would say that they couldn't come in, regardless of the security guard not knowing that person or not? You should have asked or found out instead of just turning them away. What reasons would you think that you can come up with that they would deny such a high celebrity like that?
You have to think about the fact, though, that it could be. Think about the venue. The venue already probably has high value, high profile people.
Higher
trying to
than
get
Michael B. Jordan right now.
I mean,
That nigga
Diddy was in there.
But so like I said, there's always different circumstances to things. The one with Michael B. Jordan, that one's if I had to, and we don't know the ins and outs. We ain't talked to nobody. We just going based on what the footage has. It could be, a situation where he just the person that was at the front or the two people that was at the front just didn't know. You got to understand that's L.A. From what I think it is. A lot of people from overseas come over and they want to do security. They want to get a job. So if they work in security and some dude that's from Russia, you don't know what the fuck Michael B. Jordan is. Matter of fact, he probably angry at him because he beat up Drago. So he like, man, fuck this dude. He said he looked familiar. So he didn't get in. So I'm just saying. So we don't know these ins and outs. In some situations, it could be a capacity thing. As to what Warren just said, I think because the one with Birdman, it depends on your entourage. Yes. How many people you got with you? The one with Birdman, bro, it looked like he had a good he had a crew, like almost 20 people. And it's like and the line was already packed to get in.
So what did Michael B. Jordan say though? My thing is this: he should have. It's on him because. I'm sorry. If I'm Michael B. Jordan, I feel like if any of y'all were Michael B. Jordan, you would insinuate in some manner that you are who you are. You'd be like, look, I'm the nigga that almost killed Black Panther. You would say some shit like that.
He could, but at the same time. Number one, but you got to think of it, though, too. He might be secure enough in himself to the point, man, the party where I'm at.
Right. I feel you there.
Yeah.
So he can, and he ain't got to.
Which is why he left.
And he don't have to say that either. He could just amicably leave away
that part
and just be like, man, I'm gonna go to the next spot and it's gonna be popping just because I'm there.
Right.
He probably has that self-awareness about him, and he probably knows that he don't need to act like that. And this is the second thing too, because he's so high profile. He is probably one of the best actors out there working, young actors like that's working right now. There's an image he got to uphold. He can't cut up like Chanel.
Right.
That's her MO. Like that's no different than anything else I've seen from her. So I'm not shocked or surprised. But if he would have acted like she did, or if he would have acted out of character and been mad about it, that would have made way more news. That would have probably made like big time, local news that Michael B. Jordan basically cussed out security and his entourage almost wanted to get in a fight because he couldn't get into a nightclub. That would be stupid. Right. He'd be fucking up the bag. That next movie role that you might get, like, man, you know what? We might not do that. West Coast ain't nobody knocking down your door to get no movie role, nothing like that. So and on more importantly, that plays into how she gets money anyway. Her mouth, just talking crazy like that, so it fits in.
What that mouth
that would be very out of character. Hey, that's a whole nother man.
What
that mouth do?
Oh, shit.
You stupid.
Well, you said that's how she make her money. Shit, what it do?
I obviously say a whole bunch of stupid shit, but like that's what I'm saying. I think it's all. It depends on the celebrity or the athlete that's coming through. Like, with Von Miller coming up there, he's not as recognizable. I'll recognize Von Miller. But not everybody's gonna recognize him. I think basketball players are more recognizable than any of them.
It's a face league.
You know what I mean? And it's lesser. It's lesser out of the three major sports. It's lesser of them on the team.
Yeah.
So it's less players on that particular team.
Right.
So it's like it's easier to identify those guys. NFL, bro, you got how many guys on the roster?
Yeah, and you wear a
52?
helmet.
52?
Yeah, and you're wearing the helmet on top of that. So unless you're the quarterback, or maybe a high-end wide receiver,
or you really follow the sport.
yeah, like it's gonna be hard to identify those guys.
Absolutely.
Baseball too. Unless you like one of the top 10 guys, bro. Some of the top 10 guys, you probably wouldn't. I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't recognize Mike Trout.
Me neither.
If he walked up, and he's probably one of the best baseball players in the league.
I wouldn't
like.
either.
I would probably recognize.
Oh, the best I know is Posey.
Yeah, like but I'm a Giants fan, so that's different. But maybe Bryce Harper. Probably him. Like there's not that many that you would recognize. And forget about hockey or anything else.
Oh, jeez, don't even
Like
get into that.
so once you start going to athlete, that one gets a little bit more understandable. Like I'm sorry, bro, I'm not gonna recognize you if you're the offensive tackle for the, for the Browns.
I mean, that happens
I'm
in
just not
SAC.
going. I'm not going to recognize that.
I'm
Even
for
a
it,
person
yeah.
who follows the sport,
Right.
I'm not going to recognize.
We've had a lot
that.
of San Francisco players come
Yeah,
to the
we
clubs.
had-
and
we
I
had-
didn't even recognize it. And they're like, "Hey, you know who you just touched?" Like, I don't fucking.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't know.
had Arden Key pull up one night. You know, and he's a D tackle for the Niners, and he was in NFL gear. He had on like just sweats and a hoodie. Walk up like, bro, you ain't getting in with that. You know
You
what I
ain't let
mean?
him in. Oh, well.
And he was, I think he was with his agent. You know, and he pulled one of us to the side. He's like, "Bro, that's Arden Key. You know, and once he told us who he was, it was just like, all right, it's good. You know what I mean? And he was hella cool about it. Like he was kind of like Michael B. He was just like when we approached him about it, he was just like, all right, it's good. You know, and then when we let him in, he dapped us all up, and you know what I mean. Even leaving the club, he made sure to dap us all up.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? So
You kind of speak to this next subject because really with nightclubs and specific venues, denials are really never one size fit all. You never know why you're really getting denied. It could be because you're Mr. Ban over there, or it could be just for the fact that you had previous incidents that the owners don't want you in.
They ain't called Dan.
Right. But with your experiences with bands, with security and staff, do you feel like security and staff kind of gets off on denying people when they're coming out?
Some do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
depends.
It's a
Things
spectrum.
happen.
It's
Yeah.
it's a spectrum. It's with any profession. You got good pilots, you got bad ones. You
It's
got
a
good
power
cops,
play.
you got bad cops. You got good salesmen, you got bad salesmen. Like it's a spectrum. There's any profession. You got doctors out there that are miracle workers, and then you got ones that's facing litigation for malpractice.
Sometimes you have
That's
people
just that's just how the shit go. There's a spectrum for it. So of course there's bad security guards out there. I'll be the first one to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because some want to go north, but some want to go south.
Yeah, but
Bro, what? Bro, what?
If you don't get that,
I
man.
don't. Some want to go north, some want to go south.
Jeez, never mind.
I think
You
about
know.
like north and south. I'm thinking about
Your
like
IQ needs to
Kanye's
be above
kids.
110. He knows.
Are you talking about our guard south?
Oh my!
thanks, Mr. Obvious.
Oh shit. Is that what you meant?
Mr.
You
Spartan
can't
kick
take it
himself.
back. You can't take it back now, motherfucker. Shit.
But anyway,
Anyways.
there's a spectrum to that, and there's guards that they're not cut for it. They're just doing the job because that's just something they're getting paid for, and some are not particularly good at it, or they don't have the people skills. They don't have the the firmness or the assertiveness to deal with that those type of people. So when it comes down to security, yeah, there's people that get off on that shit. There's people that just want to fight people.
That's
You know what I mean? Like you got some high heads out there.
It makes a little
So-
bit more sense now, Tony. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It makes a little bit more sense. All right.
Yeah, for some guards, it's a power play.
It
They-
is.
They got a sense of power, so I got power. I could deny you from getting into this establishment. Ha ha ha! Look at you. You're on the outside. You know what I mean? So
Let me ask this question a little bit differently. How do you feel when you deny people?
honestly, I feel bad, bro.
Yeah?
I feel bad because to me, I sympathize with people that get denied. I'm just like, honestly, it depends on their approach. You know what I mean? Like if you come up foul like Chanel West Coast, I'm just like, I don't even care if you ain't getting in or not. Like you get the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean?
Get him up outta here.
Yeah, you can get up out of here. But like when dudes come up and they're genuine, they're like they got J's on. You know they're not going to cause no problems in the club. And we got to deny him. I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Like I know he ain't gonna cause no problems, but he's just out of dress code. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really, I feel bad. I feel bad sometimes. But like I said, it's a case by case situation.
I get what you're saying, but I ain't losing no sleep
Yeah.
off nobody.
Yeah, definitely not losing no sleep.
Nah, bro, you can't get in.
I'm just saying I'm not losing sleep off nobody. I will say that I feel unnerved if it's a situation where they weren't let in for unfair reasons.
Okay.
So basically, if there wasn't a capacity issue, it wasn't a dress code issue, or if it might have been, and we was the powers that be were being real strict, or playing it close with trying to find a reason or whatever, like then I can kind of I can more sympathize with that. But even at the end of the day, I still ain't losing no sleep over it.
Nah.
Now the ones I will say this, the ones that be cutting up, like Miss West Coast. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Oh,
not only do I not give a fuck, see me in the phone booth.
See me in the booth, man. I was asking where the fuck the booth was in that situation. Because
Like-
if you bring
like-
a booth, I bet you she'd be
Because I
quiet as
think,
shit.
man, come on, man, people need to start acting like adults,
Right.
and they don't. They inner kid be coming out. The Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, it be coming out of them, and they be acting childish. I'm like, come on now,
Right.
like it's not the end of the world. Like what are you getting that puffed about?
Right.
You know, for what? Because you couldn't get in here, go to the next spot. You know what I mean? Like if a venue denies you, 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, it's a good reason.
Yeah.
Right.
They not
Because
just denying a whole bunch of people. Now, I'm like I said, we've been in the industry, and you know, there's some places, you know, here in Sacramento, some places around the world that, you know, they be, you know, racial undertones, and they doing shit like that. So those things, that's a different thing, and I don't condone that, and I don't like that at all, and I think that's fucked up. In those type of situations, I will be like, man, I think that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
But that's not even close to the majority of the time.
No,
it's
you're
not
right.
even close. Like that's the thing. It does happen, but it's not even close to
Right,
being
right.
like where people want to make it seem like it happens
All the
so
time.
often.
Mhm.
The club is trying to make money, so at the end of the day, they want people to come in there, you know. So or the bar, the venue, whatever the spot is.
They want people to come in, but they don't want to they don't want to let that motherfucker with the smooth handshake come in, though, huh? Access denied.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You ain't
Yeah.
you only got a few left of those. For I just call it a
Yeah. Yeah.
like you can't just be.
That's-
I get it. And these are different circumstances. So let me make it clear to everybody. It's different circumstances. Very sensitive situation. What just happened.
Right.
A lot of the owners are under a lot of pressure because it's their responsibility. Like I said before, they're the ones cutting the checks. They're the ones providing this environment in which people is, you know, under the influence. So there's a lot of pressure and responsibility on their part.
Right.
So I can definitely understand any owner or any GM making that decision.
Right.
So don't misconstrue that part. But that's a hard one to swallow.
It is, man.
I cannot say that you can make that a trend to
Right.
be turning people away that's giving that smooth $1,000 handshake.
Man, especially
You can't make that no pattern.
Nah, bro.
Shit.
Like that's got to be like, all right, well, I did it that. All right, let this one. Like
Right,
you
right.
to be honest with you, you need to let the next 5 in just
Right.
off that one,
Right. Right.
Off GP.
Because that
For
one,
real.
that's a hard
That's
one.
a tough green to watch walk away.
Let the next 5 in because of that. Speaking of letting people in, especially with them being VIP hosts, there was another similar situation that broke out in the news. We could talk about So Bloom, you know, it being an outdoor event. You got Coachella, which was a previous weekend, another outdoor event. This outdoor event was not at neither one of those venues, but it was an artist that was supposed to be at So Bloom, right? Am I correct on that?
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure if he was supposed to.
I'll
be
double
there.
check on that.
I know this
afterwards.
was at Smokers Club Festival.
Smokers
It was
Club
in
Festival.
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino.
So, you know, Playboy Cardi, had it popping out there.
His show got canceled a little bit earlier than expected because we had some overeager fans that were.
Did he get canceled?
They actually got on stage and stopped the show.
Yeah, he was actually performing.
No,
He
but
was
I think,
performing.
I don't know. Did they stop it though? I know he came and he said, "Hey, we need to clear that up," but I don't know if he stopped the show. He stopped in the middle of it, but it might have continued after he said what he said. Because I think it was like maybe a manager or one of the stage people that came up there
Okay.
that spoke.
Spoke and stopped.
Yeah, because it wasn't
everything.
Playboy Cardi that was speaking.
Well, let's get a better understanding of it. Tony, you got that footage up for us where we can take a look at it?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I got it. Hold on 1 second. This is acting funny. I don't know why it's not. It's gonna have it in a specific view. I'm gonna play it for y'all right now.
So what we're looking at is I actually find it to be a well-organized front of security stopping people from trying to sneak into the VIP area. It's a real good front. Oh, dang, that girl was who's up
Big,
there?
big bro up there with
see
the
that?
long hair, bro.
You
He ain't
seen
playing.
that? He up there gave somebody a slipper and then
He like, hey, back up.
yeah, he throwing
Hey, catch this barricade, man. Feel every piece of this barricade.
throwing
Man.
barricades and shit at people.
Man.
He said, I done told y'all to back the fuck up.
So show looks lit. I'm definitely for sure that security guard right there. That big nigga right there doing his arms up. That's me right there. Like I mean, we ain't securing shit.
I ain't gonna lie, he look a little nervous though.
A whole fucking riot happening to the right of this nigga, left of this nigga, and he over here. We chilling just at the fucking event. And he ain't even doing security. He chilling. He got that check though. That's all that mattered. But yeah, because of that, obviously they were trying to sneak into the VIP pit area, which me personally, I would too if they didn't have the proper security to stop me from going there. I am a person that believes in I'm going to do something until somebody tell me I can't do it.
That's why security is there.
Exactly, right?
So you part of the problem.
I am part of the problem.
You part of the
I
problem.
am in a good way though, in a very good way.
Man, Buffalo in a China shop, wrecking shit.
Let me put it to you this way: I learned something back when I was fucking with my dad in Florida.
You're that customer.
My dad had this little simple press pass because he does take photography, he does take photos, but it was for an event that happened quite some time ago. But he kept the press pass, you know what I mean? And this fool roll up to this little Jamaican festival concert in this truck on the fucking lawn. Security goes up and stops it, but he wasn't gonna stop. He was just gonna drive until they told him something. Security finally came up and was like, "Hey, where you going?" Like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He stopped us in the vehicle and was like, "Hey, I got a press pass." Okay, perfect. Go ahead and park your car way over there in the back. Man, we was backstage, man. That press pass was not for that venue at all. We backstage chilling with Sizzla. It's a Jamaican artist out there in the Jamaica area. We just chilling with him backstage because no one told us we couldn't. So yes, I do firmly believe in I'm gonna go somewhere until someone tells me I can't. I'm gonna walk up in your kitchen.
That remind me of that one dude. Man, we probably should find that video. It was on YouTube. You could try to find it, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
But how to sneak in to a prize fight. I watched this video. Basically, the dude basically gives the breakdown of how you can get into the ring of a big time prize fight.
Anything out there?
I don't know. I think it was. Is it that one right there? The second one?
It might be.
He got in the ring. I'm talking about next to, like, hugging one of the boxers. Like that close. He said the first thing you need is a Susie.
A Susie?
A Susie. And this dude said you need a suit jersey.
Jesus Christ.
He said basically he got him a suit, like it was a blazer, but it was it was a Boston Celtics like style. So basically look at but it was in a blazer outfit.
I don't think this is it.
It might not be it, but you might not be able to find a video, but that shit was hilarious. Just his commentary, because he's just recording himself, and then because anybody that's in a Susie, you got to be somebody, like somebody nephew, somebody little brother, something of somebody that's owning this whole place. So he act like he just owned it. So he was saying what's up to people or whatever, and just got in through the back, not having to go through the front.
Right.
This dude ends up, just long story short, ends up getting all the way to the ring. This is a real fight. I think it was either a Pacquiao fight or a Mayweather fight. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a big time fight. But he got in the ring and was literally elbow to elbow with all the entourage in the middle, like he's on TV.
Right.
This dude got all the way up in there.
I remember it. Yeah.
And I was like, that shit is hilarious. But it's to what you just said.
Yeah,
you got to act the part too.
Right.
Like if you just if nobody's checking you, then hey, it's free game.
It's free game.
With
bro.
with that situation that just happened with Playboy Cardi's show at Smokers Club, like that's a lot of people.
A lot.
From a security perspective, like that could get dangerous. Just because you got that.
This is it. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Is this it?
It was actually the Mayweather McGregor fight.
Mayweather, man.
And he.
That's actually pretty worrisome.
So the guy's kicking everyone away, and I'm allowed to stand here. Brilliant. Thank you very much. I really need to get closer. So sorry, how much are them seats?
I've been there before for a Jay-Z concert.
Them seats, how much are them? These are like 7,500.
Damn.
Yeah,
100 grand for front row.
Prize fight, yeah. Something like that.
God, letting people in though, they're letting people in. I've really gotten away with it. What are the options? Is it possible to have a load of nachos and coke?
Ultimately, my question about everything about Playboy Cardi is if you're security,
How much are them?
what are you doing in that situation? You losing your composure like the dude in the long hair swinging on people throwing the barricade, or
Playboy Cardi, or are you talking about security?
the security? What are you doing?
It all depends. It depends on the threat. Like, if I feel like people is coming through with the aggression to try to attack me, or to the point where they trying to stampede over me, oh no, dudes is catching haymakers. Anybody in my direction, straight like that. Now, if you just running past me, then no, I'm not about to start swinging on people that's just running.
Right.
Like just run. Like you'd have to be bringing that energy towards me directly. Now I'm keeping my head on the swivel, like I'm looking around, making sure you know what's going on. But I'm not head hunting right off the rip. You got to be giving me some type of energy where like you about to like bust my shit just to get to this fucking festival. I mean, if you just running by me, then that's on us. That's on security to make sure that we got the numbers to make sure that gets stopped. But like I said, if it's to the point where it's just so overwhelming where you about to get run over, like let's say it was 10 security guards, but it's 100 people.
Right, so
like then it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To me, I agree with Rob. If the situation is to the point where it's just me and like a few other security guards, and there's thousands running at us, if they're not attacking me, it's just like, bro, I can't control it. You know what I mean? At that point in time, it's just like, we gotta let them go.
Yeah, at a certain point, I felt like they handled that pretty well, meaning that like there was quite a few security guards who blocked them from going downstairs. Now, I've seen them run back upstairs and take off to the left as if they were trying to find another avenue to get in, but I felt like security did a good job. They all teamed up, they held the barricade, made sure no one jumped through, because it was a stampede of people. It was a stampede where they easily could have came through there and ran through the bottom, and you wouldn't been able to tell who was what unless you were checking tickets. You know what I mean? So I felt like security did a good job. Me personally in that situation, even though I said I was the guy dancing, I'm for sure the guy dancing until shit pops off. But once shit pops off, I'm not gonna say I'm throwing haymakers or throwing barricades, but
that dude, that was Moana right there, bro.
Man, he was throwing hands.
What's that god?
Maui.
Yeah, Maui. That's Maui from Moana right there, man.
He definitely lost his composure.
Yeah,
he thought that barricade was that dude's hook.
He was having a lapse in judgment.
Man, he was
throwing it back. So man, a lot of stuff had happened over this weekend. Obviously, we just recently talked about the Soul Bloom. We talked about Playboy, whatever his name, Cardi B, whatever
Playboy Cardi.
There we go, Playboy Cardi.
Damn, he fucked all that up.
I know, right? It was like 3 people in one. Right?
Jesus. He said Playboy Cardi B.
We talked about the access to now. A lot of stuff actually broke out this weekend, but a lot of things that really haven't been talked about is these NBA playoffs. And I just recently watched today this boy Tyler Hero go off. Who are the Heat playing right now? He played
Sixers.
Yeah, Philly.
I'm not sure if it was a Tyler Hero moment where he actually was looking like a Steph Curry for a minute. Man, he was shaking, crossing. I am.
I ain't impressed.
I am, because he's coming off the bench.
So what?
That's the impressive part.
So that's impressive, but Poole wasn't?
And we can get to Poole. Poole is as well. But my thing about it is that there's characters in this NBA playoff that are not the celebrity or not the star of that team that are balling. Yeah, I'm going to say semi better than the stars.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Rob. He had one good game.
But he is known to going on a tangent in these moments.
He's not known. That's the thing. The last time he really was that good, where he was really just cutting up,
Was the bubble.
was when he was when they was going through the playoffs, when they made it to the finals. The Lakers put an end to that because he wasn't going off in that finals.
Right, yeah.
He went up there. He went up those 3 rounds. Yes, I'll give him all of that credit. But after that, nothing. Even the next season. That's why he on the bench.
So wait,
That's why-
let me-
If you that
wait,
great,
wait.
why you on the bench?
Let me
on
back
the
this
back of
up.
the milk
Nah,
carton.
let me
Ever
back
since
this
the
up. So
bubble.
you said the bubble. So you said what's wrong with the bubble? What was wrong with? Why couldn't he ball?
I ain't got
during the
nothing wrong
bubble?
with the bubble. I'm just saying that
Oh, I
he
thought
has
you-
not
I
played.
thought you'd say that.
He has not played well since those since the Eastern Conference Finals.
We're saying
Basically,
that man's been missing since the bubble.
right.
So what do you count the bubble as? Was the bubble a real season, or are you saying that he was only good because it was a bubble season?
Why you focus on the bubble?
Because y'all only won that championship with LeBron because it was a fucking bubble season.
Anyway, the Lakers had one of the best records in the league. That
The
year.
Lakers didn't have to play the Golden State Warriors that year, did they?
Yeah, but
They was-
everybody's hurt.
Bubble or not, Tyler Hero balled, regardless of the bubble or not. And he balled again this night, no, this most recent weekend. I'll put it to you in this relevance. Tony Romo balls through the regular season, am I correct? But when it comes to December, what happens?
Nothing.
Dude, Tyler Hero.
I would rather
So you
have
just
it. I'd
compared.
rather,
You
I'd
just
rather
did
have
a
it.
Tony Romo,
Yeah.
bro. You pulled that way out your ass.
In the aspect of
You
when
went
it matters.
way up there for that one.
When it matters,
Dude, Tyler-
when it counts in
he's
the
had-
postseason,
he's
Tyler
had-
Hero has been balling.
He's had one game this year,
But he's
in the playoffs.
He's consistent though, not consistently this good. But I find him to be a
I
consistent.
mean, I don't
shooter.
think he's had an impact enough in these
To it's
to
not
make
it's-
mention.
No mention.
I mean, he had one
So
game tonight.
he didn't torch the Sixers tonight.
I mean, he
had a good
25.
game. He had a good
25.
game.
I mean, Luka had 45 tonight.
That's
You know
Luka.
what I'm saying?
That's Luka.
Tobias Harris had 27 tonight.
Luka's the starter. Tobias Harris is the starter.
Jordan Poole had 30 last night.
Okay, now you got.
He's had multiple times of 30 in the
Okay,
playoffs.
Okay.
To me, the story of the playoffs is John Morant.
Okay.
That's the story of the playoffs.
Okay.
No, that ain't.
No,
But go ahead. I'm gonna let you say yours, and I'm gonna tell you what my story. of the
Memphis has
playoffs
been
is.
balling. Memphis
no,
is
I
number
want to let
2.
him. I want to let him say, because I like Ja, and I think he's number 2. And as far as what the story is, but go ahead.
To me, Ja's he's blossoming right now.
Right.
The dude is becoming a superstar in front of our eyes.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, what he's doing with Memphis, and he's elevating his team. Took him to the second round of the playoffs. The dunk he had last week, I don't know if people seen that.
Dunk of the
Yeah.
year is what they're calling
Oh
it.
my god.
That's what they're calling it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody gonna have to see him after the game
Oh my.
on these dunks.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Like if you try to dunk on me like him,
That's
I'm like, bro, you have to
disrespectful.
see me after the game.
Right.
You got to see me after the game,
He
bro.
said he trying to-
Ja, bro, catch me by the bus.
Man.
He said
Like,
he's trying
for
to
real.
catch a LeBron like that. He said he's trying to catch a LeBron body.
Dude,
But you can't say that now. At LeBron's 38 years old.
right there,
Still
Tony.
an
I get it.
Right there, Tony.
Still an accomplishment for a lot of people.
He caught a body in the playoffs, though. That's
Well,
what makes it so
he-
impressive.
he's
It was
got
in the
He be trying
playoffs.
to, man. Bro, if you give him the chance, he try to dunk on God.
I believe that.
Hey,
I believe it.
that's no lie, though.
I believe
Like,
it.
he be trying to.
He tries to take it there.
He tries to get. He really tries to go on.
Look at
anybody,
this.
I don't think this is it though. This ain't.
No, this is it. This is it.
Hold on, I'm gonna match them up. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna match it with what?
John Moran. John Moran is the shit, man. This is what his third
to
year.
me-
Third year.
The story's been him and Jordan Poole. That's what I feel like the story is, and the reason why I get the edge.
over KD isn't KD's not a story.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to.
KD's not a story.
KD is a story,
We about to get
but
to that.
he's a story.
He is number one.
Yeah.
The Nets got swept.
Ready? I'm playing.
KD
Hold
and the
on,
Nets got
we'll go
swept.
back to that. You playing it?
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, everybody just witnessed the murder.
God damn, that was a body right there. Go back, replay. I don't care if
What he
the
say?
online can't
What
see
he
it. I
saying?
need
What
to
he
see
saying?
that
Boys in the
again.
hood, you want to see a dead body? Like,
This dude, the way he just takes off is
Yeah.
just it's gorgeous,
yeah, he vicious.
man.
So wait,
He's worth the price of admission.
Wait, cue it up. 9 seconds. He don't even use his screen. Goes. Oh shit!
Oh my god!
And bro was outside the circle, so he
my god,
he had a leap and lean.
But the way
to
he
get that
cocked
shit
it
up.
though,
he
it
cocked
was
that
so
motherfucker
disrespectful.
back.
Like he
Yeah.
knew he was gonna bury him.
God damn,
That
that
was
shit
No,
was disgusting.
Jaws official, man. The league in a good is
Oh
in
yeah,
good hands. With
oh
him.
yeah.
But like I was saying, my story and it's KD's shortcomings. And I will say this right now: you can call it a hot take, you can call it whatever you want. What just happened to KD right now is the same, is equivalent to what LeBron did with against Dallas, not getting that championship. This is the same. You cannot get swept in the first round, and this is the thing: you the only team that got swept. Every other team won a game,
Right.
except you, with Kyrie Irving. Now I give Kyrie Irving a lot of blame for a lot of this, what he was doing, going in and out of, that being inconsistent. But you, KD, you got to get a game. You got to get a game if you're supposed to be the best player. In my opinion, I like KD's game. I think it's probably one of the hardest games to guard. His ability, his
Length.
but his shot ability, like his range, any spot on the court, he can hit the shot. His length, his defense, all that type of stuff, you play into it. Probably one of the just pure players to watch, right? So I hold him high up there. He's not in LeBron's class. He's not in Jordan's class. He's
Well,
not in Kobe's class. He's
as
not
far as
cut
what?
from that cloth. He's not.
His face, though.
He's not cut from that cloth. What? Nope. Because you think about it.
What?
Look at his successes. Look at his successes. Because now this really shows what it is.
What do you mean his
Because you didn't
successes?
win last year.
He won-
You didn't win last year.
won with Steph.
You didn't win this year. Yeah, I like that you just said that. The two championships that he possesses, he had the two best shooters to his left and his right that ever
Okay.
shot a basketball.
But he still got the best
No,
point
but
guard.
you had
He
the best. You have not done it where you really took that team. You had a stacked team with OKC, and you didn't get it done against LeBron. You had to go team up and do the weakest move in the history of sports and go join a team that had already won 73 games the year prior, who beat you coming back from a 3-1 lead. And then you go join that team, and then you win 2 chips. Because what you did is because you think about it. You think about those teams. That Warrior team without KD and that LeBron team, that was a much more entertaining and evenly matched where it could have gone either way.
You talk about when he was.
But
with
when
Cleveland.
KD went to Golden State, it made it just impossible.
Overwhelming.
Because he got swept one of the series and the other one was 5. So obviously you made it super unfair to guard. You got 3 motherfuckers that can shoot from half court. Like that's hard to guard. Now I won't. This is the part where I give him credit. He was the best player on those teams. On those teams with the Warriors, he was the best player. but that's all you got to show for it. If I'm tell you this right now, if KD's career ends and he ain't got another chip where he the man, that's a bad on his legacy.
So let's
bad.
bring it back to LeBron then, because if you're saying if KD don't get another ship without Golden State Warriors, right?
Name one player that LeBron played with. Name one player LeBron played with that's the same caliber as Steph Curry.
Dwayne Wade.
Same caliber as Steph Curry
And Ray Allen? Chris Bosh? You telling me that nigga wasn't stacked either?
They're the same. No, answer the question. They're the same as Steph Curry.
Nobody's the same as Steph Curry. That's an irrelevant question.
That's not irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. Nobody's Steph Curry. Steph Curry single-handedly changed the
But
game.
no, it's not. That's not Steph Curry. I said the same caliber as Steph Curry. Even when LeBron was with the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade was not playing the same level as he was when he won the championship with Shaq.
Dwayne Wade was still Dwayne Wade. He was still balling and could take over the game when need be.
Was he balling like Steph Curry? That's the point.
So
No, he wasn't. So that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. KD is not on this level. Period.
Nah.
He's not on this level.
So
He's not.
So you call
I want to hear no more about KD and all this type of shit. I want to hear none of that shit.
No.
I want to hear none of it.
Fuck that. I'm still pissed.
I'm done.
Because LeBron James has been cheated the whole goddamn time. This nigga went from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I understand you can't win there. It's like my Sacramento Kings. You can't win there.
He did win there though.
With magic and help. I'll tell you that right now. And a good season when motherfuckers was hurt. So he goes to Miami Heat,
with an ejection.
disappoints motherfuckers by
Yeah,
going
but,
to Miami
so
Heat.
I agree with that. I agree with that. That statement you just made, I agree with that. But he would have won if Kyrie and Kevin Love wasn't hurt that first time go around, where he went off and probably had one of the best performances for a player in a loss for the finals. They almost was willing to give him the finals MVP in the losing effort. They ain't never been a player that's done that. Never. And I don't even want to sit up here like I'm just this big LeBron fan. I just hate that when the criticism's not fair.
It's not fair.
KD has been ducking and dodging the criticism when you have been the best player. If you're the best player, you should get the same criticism. He does not get the same criticism LeBron. Bro, LeBron sneezed wrong. It's going to make CNN.
He did it right. And that's the only reason why LeBron's talked about in that conversation. He did it right by leaving Cleveland, winning his championships, and coming back and winning one with them. If he did not win one with Cleveland, I would not consider that bubble win for the Lakers an additional win.
How is that not an additional win?
Man, fuck, it was a bubble season.
He's 36 years fucking old.
All the best teams weren't in their fucking league. The best teams were not in the postseason.
Who was the best team? Who are you talking about?
The fucking Warriors.
The Clippers were the favorite.
The Clippers?
They were the favorite to win the whole finals.
The Clippers?
Am I lying?
Bruh.
No, it was.
They was favorites, and they got put out by Jamal Murray.
Was it Dallas?
No, they got put out by Jamal Murray. The Nuggets. They blew the 3-1 lead. They choked.
The Clippers.
Yeah, Doc Rivers.
Your argument is the Clippers.
He's famous for that.
But that's not the point. Is they were the favorites to win the chip that year. It doesn't matter.
The favorites out of the weaker teams that were actually playing in the bubble season. Yes.
No, bro. This is before the season started. This is before even a bubble even happened. They was the favorites to win the chip. It doesn't even matter.
That's some bullshit.
You just mad because you a Kings fan.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm a Kings fan. But hey, this argument ain't got nothing to do with my horrible ass Kings. I know they're horrible. I know we ain't going nowhere. So if we make it to the playoffs, nigga, I'm surprised.
I don't say that. You guys got Mark Jackson on the
man. It's this motherfucker. Don't try to get a King smut.
No. You hear you guys might get Mark Jackson head coach?
Head coach?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of great coaches.
No.
We've had a lot of great coaches. Who? Rick Adelman? Rick Adelman wasn't a good coach?
Come on, he's Mark Jackson? You see what Mark Jackson did for the Warriors?
Rick Adelman? Did you just say Rick Adelman? Bro, I was in high school when he was y'all coach.
That's been our best coach.
Mark Jackson was the architect.
You said hella good coaches. Name me somebody else. He's been the last coach y'all had when y'all made the playoffs.
Damn, we ain't had nobody else though. To be honest with you, I'll be real with you.
Bro, you need to put that drink down.
Facts.
Pick that bitch back up. What the fuck y'all talking about? Shit.
Dude, Mark Jackson is real deal, bruh. You see what we did with the Warriors. He's responsible for that. Not Steph.
Oh, wait.
No. I won't say that. I will say. You know what I equate to with Mark Jackson with the Warriors is similar to Mike Singletary and Harbaugh. Mike Singletary built that team.
I agree.
He built those players. He built that team. He had the groundwork, but he didn't instill the confidence in the quarterback. When they got Harbaugh, he did some miracle work with Alex Smith, where he got him to believing in himself that he could throw this ball, and then that's when the Niners actually went to the Super Bowl that year. Same thing with Mark Jackson, even though the Niners didn't get it done, but I'm just saying that from where they were and to where they got, there was a vast change. Same thing with Steve Kerr and Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson laid the foundation, built these players up, built that system, but Kerr made a real different adjustment. He made an adjustment based on saying, hey, we need to get Steph Curry off ball and have him not playing defense because he was turning the ball over so much.
The only difference in that situation is Mark Jackson got the raw end of that. He should have never got fired.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Mike Singletary, the team was underperforming, so I see why he got let go. But I do agree with you. He built that team, and he's the reason why Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman was on that team. And that team was so special defensively.
Well, even when he was his stint, when he was there, the defense was always like top 5.
Right.
While he was there.
Right.
It was the offense that couldn't get it together.
Correct.
But I think that's where Harbaugh came in, because offense is dictated by that quarterback, bro. The quarterback has to be some level of competent to get it done. You can have the best running game too, but you got to be able to make some of those throws. And I think Harbaugh did a magic trick with this man and instilled that confidence in him. And I feel like that's the same. I'm just making the comparison of the person building the foundation and then someone taking it over the top.
Unless you're the 2000 Ravens. Remember that with Trent Dilford?
Oh, yeah. But that was just a
Different story.
that's a
That was
whole
a
nother different defense.
special defense.
Like you
Yeah.
literally only needed 9 points.
Right.
You needed
Right.
3 field goals, bro.
Yeah,
If the Ravens got
level.
3 field goals, they was winning the game.
Facts.
Right.
Like they was they was that tight.
They was afraid to hop on the field, and the offense was like, "We got to go out there with Ray and
Man.
Reed out there." Fuck no.
Ray on that Madden was crazy.
True. He's
Yeah.
definitely a boss. I'll definitely say that. But to bring back, the NBA, action, since we're talking about playoffs, we got what, 6 teams, 8 teams right now playing, 8 teams.
Yeah.
Teams, yeah.
Who you guys got right now taking it all?
This one's hard, man. I'll be honest with you. Out of a lot of NBA seasons, this one's like there's a lot of teams that could really show up, end up being in the finals and representing the East and the West. Because you got some good young star power coming up, like some of the new guard that's about to
Taking
roll
over.
in.
Yeah.
And man, it's exciting to see that.
Finals game.
I think the Warriors, man,
Warriors.
they're built really good.
Mhm.
But I'll be honest with you, man. The way Giannis is playing,
You gonna do it again?
because you got to think about it. Think of it this way. Boston just swept Brooklyn,
Facts.
which is not easy to do. And then you just got beat handedly by Giannis with no Chris Middleton.
With no Middleton.
But that game wasn't even close.
They beat him by like 20.
No, I think they ended up winning by like 13. So, but they was
Something
up
like
by that much. The game was
Garden,
done.
though.
The
In the
game was
Garden.
the game was done. So now I'm not counting Boston out. I'm not saying it's one game. It's game one. I think Tatum. I don't think because Tatum did have a bad game. That wasn't a good efficiency game for him. But I'll be honest. If the Bucks beat Boston, I think it's going to be very hard to keep disrespecting Giannis and how great he is. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to give him his credit and want to give him his due. You know what I mean? And the dude is just
he's earned it.
producing, man.
He's earned it.
He's just producing from going the last year. If you watch that finals, somebody that had to get it done, that closeout game, what he put up, those numbers he put up
Hitting free throws, too.
against the Suns,
Yeah.
bro, that's how you close out a game.
Yeah.
That he took that game over and said, "Nah, we winning this tonight."
But
But
can
the Suns won, didn't they?
No, Milwaukee won.
But
So wait, real quick, before you get in, I'm sorry. You got Milwaukee, Golden State finals.
If you holding me down and pinning me down, that's who I got in the
Okay.
finals.
I'm spot on with him. But can Giannis close out against the Warriors?
I'm gonna say this: if he beats them, if he beats Golden State, well, they should have Middleton back. By
Oh
then,
yeah,
right?
he should be back this series. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You talking legendary, bro.
That's
you
gonna
getting
be
up there.
a
You getting up there,
series, bruh.
You getting up there. If he's able to beat that, I do think if you had to hold me down and say I had to bet on a team, I'm a bet on Steph. I just feel like he's got something to prove too, and for whatever reason, man, the Warriors is kind of flying under the radar. They're not getting that. They're basically not getting that same buzz like they were the years ago, where everybody was making like they were the pick.
Correct.
Because there's so many other teams that could really do it, and I think that's going to help them. And Clay's just getting better because you got to understand he came back in late in the season, but the more playing time he's getting, the more it's helping, and it definitely don't hurt to have Poole coming off the bench doing what he doing.
Well, they got strength in numbers again. I mean, look at GP son coming off the bench. Man, he be killing. Y'all see the dunk he had?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, they're back to strength in numbers, and we really haven't seen this in 2 years from the Warriors. That's why I feel like they're flying under the radar because, I mean, it's been so long since we've seen the Warriors make a run. But I'm right there with you, man. Like, if Giannis finds a way to beat the Warriors, this is his legacy. This is his
Absolutely.
legacy moment.
You talk about 2 for 2.
I say Giannis
back
don't
to
make
back.
it past Boston.
You don't think so?
I honestly,
I'm not saying you crazy on that because
I am.
I'm not saying you crazy because I think Boston got a solid ass team.
I'm willing. You want action on that?
hey, like last week, we had to check comments last week. If anybody took me on that $50 bet, if old boy was going to be back at Mix, was old boy back at Mix this weekend?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. That's $50. I want to see who put bets on that. Ultimately, yeah, the guy got action. I am saying Giannis is a great player. They won the championship, but what I saw out of the back and forth matchup with the Suns and the Milwaukee last year, he's going to have a bad game next week. They are going to lose to Boston. Boston's going to take it.
In how many games?
I say Boston in 6.
So you saying that Boston's going to win 5 out of the next 6 games?
In the show.
I mean, 4 out of the next 5 games?
Yeah. I truly believe the Milwaukee's going to get 2.
So what? So what have you seen in the matchup that you believe that's going to happen?
They're without Middleton, a predominantly good
But he's
shooter.
going to come back.
He's going to come back. We'll see if it's in time enough, if they haven't lost enough already. Giannis is great. He's an awesome player. He just can't do it all on his own.
He did it, though.
Yes,
he did. But that's what I'm saying. Usually when they won against the Suns, it was Giannis doing his thug.
Okay, I'm going to say this. If you would have said 7 and said you just think Boston's gonna get it around, I would have been like, okay.
Yes,
I said because I'm not gonna knock it. It's one game. It's game 1. There's plenty of teams that have lost game 1 and came back. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's impossible.
Tony,
but you kind of making this you making it seem like what you just saw didn't mean shit.
No,
we got 4 teams.
What camera am I on, Tony? What Tony? Which one? This one?
Yeah.
That one? This one? Which one? Right there?
The one facing you.
Right.
This one.
Right there. In 6.
Wait.
2-4 Boston.
So who you have
4-2 Boston.
Who you have in the finals?
And so you know what? It's difficult because I do find that Boston is going to be able to beat either the Heat or the Sixers right now. I think the Heat's
bro. They ain't no question. The Heat are going to beat the Sixers,
and I truly believe Boston
because of Embiid.
Yeah,
Boston's going to beat whoever comes out of that. Now the only question I really have is the West Coast. The West Coast. Okay. I truly feel like the winner of this current competition between Golden State and Memphis, because you guys got Golden State over Memphis.
I'll be honest with you. I think that the West right now, I think this is the hardest one to pick. Even though I'm picking Golden State, and I'm picking them because they got the pedigree, they've been there. I think that's gonna play well in their favor. But I'll be honest with you, I think any fucking one of these last 4 teams in the West could get it to the finals. The Suns could get there. I think don't sleep on Dallas. Don't sleep on Dallas, man. Luka, out of the European players,
he's balling.
This dude, no, but it's more than just balling. There's been balling European players. This dude be playing with an attitude. Like he be playing with an attitude.
Because the Kings didn't take his ass.
Nobody give a fuck about the Kings.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Luka ain't giving a goddamn about the Kings. He giving 2 shits.
Love my squad
about them.
It's my squad.
He ain't thinking about none of that. But he don't even be thinking about y'all when he playing y'all.
He got a chip on his shoulder that we pass him up.
That's what I'm saying. That he's playing with an attitude that's a little unique for more European players. They usually don't play with that type of bravado.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I like watching his game, and Dallas don't sleep on Dallas. I think any one of these 4 teams. I think Memphis can get it turned around because they only lost by 1. Don't think it's like the Warriors just about to blow past this. It's like they would like Ja just missed the layup, right?
Yeah,
on the game winner. So it's like don't think like if he makes that layup
game. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I got the Warriors winning ultimately.
Get out of here, Tony. Who you got?
Suns.
Suns win the whole thing.
He's biased though.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
biased. That's the reason why he says that.
I want my Suns.
I like that.
My Suns.
I'm not
the only reason why I would like to see that is because I want to see CP3 get that.
He lost his best chance last year.
Yeah,
I don't think he went back.
I mean, he went up against a baller ass team, and he was
up
playing.
2-0 though.
He was playing injured though.
He was up 2-0.
He was playing injured.
He had a 2-0 lead.
We talked about injuries.
2-0 lead.
Injured.
2-0 lead.
He had the 2-0 league, and then he sat out 1 or 2 games right after they had the 2-0 lead. Yeah.
In the finals?
Yeah. He was hurt. He was hurt.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, bro. He sat out again.
Nigga, that's not hard to understand. It's like you gotta fuck 8 bitches. You done fuck 2. Someone chop your dick off. Guess what? You can't fuck the rest.
Bro.
Done.
What did you say? Say it again. Say
No,
it.
I
That's
can't-
it.
no, I'm not
I
gonna-
know
no,
you can't say it again. Huh? This motherfucker, that shit was off the wall right there. Bro.
Just to make sense of it. Shit, it's an injury, nigga. You can't do shit about it.
All I heard was chop dick off, and after that, I was like, oh,
You gotta
fuck.
fuck
Hey,
8 bitches.
hey,
You done fuck 2.
what-
You
what
can't
do-
fuck the other 6 if someone chopped your dick off. The fuck? It's simple. I'm trying to make it simple. That's
Hey,
it.
we're gonna course correct this thing. Like Warren be saying, next man up. Like you gotta get it done. Up 2-0 in the finals.
Right.
Like that's a hard one. I'm not gonna sleep on Phoenix though.
Wasn't
Like,
Golden State up
because I think
3-1 against Cleveland?
their team is really solid. Like that Suns team is run really well. Because you got to think about it. What's the name? Who was out for a minute? I think CP3 was out, and they was still winning a
Yeah,
whole
they
bunch
were
of
still-
games.
mhm.
And then Booker came out, and they were still winning. I think their system of play is really sound. But like I said, I'm sticking with Warriors versus
The
Bucks.
Warriors are just too special.
And
right now.
I can't. If Middleton is back to
everything,
where he needs to be in the finals, I'm gonna take a wild card. I'm gonna go Bucks in 7
Against
against the Warriors. I'm gonna go Bucks in 7. I just feel like he's just gonna get it. I just feel like he's gonna get done, and he's such a mismatch. Man.
Giannis?
Yeah,
He ain't even the all the way mismatch yet. He reminds me of a young KD.
Mitch Murdy.
Yeah,
Mitch Smurdy?
Yeah, the young Mitch match. You know what I mean? Like, he reminds me of an early KD. KD, he was more of a slasher, try to get to the hole, and then he progressed and he became a shooter.
well, he always could shoot mid range.
Go back to Texas when he was playing in Texas.
Well, no, I'm saying mid range.
Yeah,
and then
mid-range
he grew better
stepped
with
it
the
up.
3. Yeah.
And I see Giannis starting to take mid-range shots as well.
Oh,
I
yeah,
see
he's
it. I
improved
see
his
it.
game.
I see it developing,
Yeah.
but he's not all the way there yet. Because right now, the only
That's
threat
scary though. He already got a chip and he ain't all the way there.
He only threat he got is getting into the hole because he's long, lanky. He can move and get to the paint. But once he really starts switching it up and stepping back on cats, game over.
But you gotta think about it. I think Giannis right now. I think prior to him winning that championship, he had so much pressure on him, and everybody was just dogging him, like because everybody was just saying, "Oh, he's just too soft" or whatever the case may be. He already got that in his bag. Now he playing with house money.
right.
Now I think now he's playing much more comfortable in himself, and I don't think he's got all that pressure on him. And I think that would be the thing because the Bucks would be the underdog against the Warriors.
I think he does have pressure because honestly, I think him beating Phoenix last year, nobody really respected him for beating Phoenix because Phoenix hasn't won nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm
feel you.
saying?
I feel you.
Now, if he meets the Warriors and he beats the Warriors, everybody looks at the Warriors
The
like that's a
healthy
giant.
Warriors. Right.
They
right.
won. You know what I mean? They went head to head with LeBron. Like that team is respected. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
if Giannis gets it done against the Warriors team, like I said, this is his legacy. Like just for like LeBron, his legacy was winning in Cleveland. You know what I mean? Because that's
For,
I'll give you
to
that.
bring
That
the,
was
to bring
really
the
back.
city of
Yes.
Cleveland, period. Because
Right.
you think about the Browns, you think about the fucking the Cavaliers. Like
Right.
he that was such a huge championship
Yeah.
for that city.
that was his moment.
and that was and to come back from 3-1,
Right.
Like that was such a big
Against
deal.
that team too. That
Yeah.
team that was stacked.
Right.
I think
The
somebody else won.
73 win team.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think somebody else won from Cleveland, a different sport. I'm not sure if it was like hockey or baseball.
No, that
was the
probably
same
was
year.
the Cleveland Indians, or now
Oh, yeah.
they're called the
Yeah.
Guardians now,
Something
right?
like that,
Shit,
yeah.
that's
Like
crazy.
something like that.
Name changes. Man,
They
we,
should have changed that name.
we could be here all night talking
about the sports when
NBA.
we're supposed to be talking about the night.
I know. I'm sorry. It was a busy weekend, as you guys can tell. A lot of stuff to go over, a lot of stuff to talk about. So I definitely want to just take a moment and thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, remember to follow us online, like and subscribe us on YouTube. We got some merch coming out for you guys soon. Remember that hashtag Shift4Sack. You know what I mean? Yeah, hold on. Bring that. Yeah. So we got some merch coming out for you guys. If you guys are interested in purchasing anything in this movement that we're talking about, this movement is really trying to help the community of Sacramento kind of shift from what we've been going through these last couple of months or last couple of weeks with all the violence that's been going on out here in Sacramento. So we really are pushing for a shift in Sacramento. Not only just the merchandise, but we are really looking to work with local venues in order to kind of promoting a little bit more safety out here when we go out and enjoy ourselves at night. You know, everybody likes a little bit of protection and feeling safe when they go out, not having to worry about something crazy happening. So stay tuned for what we got involved for you guys. Stay tuned for what we have for you in general. Comments, anybody want to say anything?
If you support, man, like, share, and subscribe, man. Just tap in with us. You know, we appreciate all the love that we've been getting. You know, it's definitely felt. And, you know, just keep tuning in, man.
Mm-hmm.
Merch. Check it out, man. We're going to keep applying pressure. Shit for Sac. Fuck with us, man.
Real talk.
Absolutely. There we go, guys. And please subscribe, guys. If you're not on our Instagram, our TikTok, Twitter, there's so many, any social media that you have, look for us on there. We've literally expanded ourselves to all social media. Please join us on there, guys. It's free to join. We will have so much information. We'll have so much different, we have our website up now. So pretty soon we'll be able to get, you know, some new apparel up. If you guys have any good ideas you want to shoot out to us, we'll try to, you know, revamp it, try to get some different material, maybe do more than just shirts, maybe do hats, scarves, so many different things, especially with after the summertime, fall, winter, whatever you guys, any kind of good ideas you guys have for us, please hit us up on there. Send us comments, please.
Yes, the like and subscribe part. Once again, guys, thank you so very much for tuning in to About the Night. You know where to find the crew at. As we getting ready to go ahead and roll out, once again, I want to thank you guys for bearing with us as we tuned in a little bit late today. And if you did not watch it live because you didn't think we had an episode, trust me, we here every Monday, 9:30 p.m. And in this case, we had a little bit of a delay because 3 accidents on I-5, but we here. All right, come check us out on YouTube. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. You got myself, Winton. Find me at King of Sacramento. You got my boy Warren. Find him at War Ready with a 3, not an E. Don't forget my boy Rob, Suede _ Coats, COATES. Don't forget the ES at the end, you feel me? And then the main man doing all the work behind the 1s and 2s, man. We got to show some love to my boy Tony, WSJAura _ official, baby. You know what it is. About the Night. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in.